the Ethiopian Bible. A mysterious artifact over 500 years old, shrouded in history, mysticism, and controversy. It's an object that not only challenges our understanding of Christianity, but also beckons us to question the narratives we've long accepted about the origins and trajectory of the human race itself. What makes this Bible so unique? Why has it been kept in the shadows for centuries? And most importantly, what terrifying truths does it hold about our past, our present, and potentially our future? This isn't just a story of ink and parchment. It's a tale that stretches across millennia, from the ancient lands of Ethiopia to the halls of modern theological debate. The Ethiopian Bible isn't merely a religious text. It's a living connection to an ancient world, revealing secrets and complexities about humanity that many would prefer to stay buried. Today, we will explore this profound manuscript, delve into its historical roots, and uncover its stunning revelations. To understand the Ethiopian Bible, we must first understand the land of its birth, a nation that has defied time and preserved one of the oldest and richest Christian heritages in the world. Ethiopia, often referred to as the cradle of humanity, is not only where some of the oldest human fossils were discovered, but also the custodian of Christianity in a form that many argue is closest to its original state. Christianity in Ethiopia is more than a religion. It's a way of life. It's woven into the fabric of its art, architecture, and cultural identity. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, a spiritual giant with claims to some of the earliest Christian traditions, has safeguarded the Ethiopian Bible through centuries of trials, invasions, and even theological conflicts. One cannot speak of Ethiopian Christianity without marveling at the churches of Lalibela, rock-hewn marvels carved into solid volcanic rock. These architectural wonders were said to be built with divine intervention, intended to replicate Jerusalem itself. But why such monumental effort? It was to house and protect relics, scriptures, and treasures that Ethiopia believed carried a direct connection to the divine, including the Bible that has intrigued and baffled scholars. Unlike the King James Bible, which most Western Christians are familiar with, the Ethiopian Bible contains far more books, 88 compared to 66. These include texts long excluded from mainstream Christian canon, such as the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees. These writings paint a different, sometimes unsettling picture of the spiritual and physical worlds. They delve deeply into humanity's relationship with the divine celestial beings and the mysteries of creation, adding layers of complexity that many modern interpretations lack. The Ethiopian Bible isn't just a theological document, it's also a work of art. Written in the ancient Ge'ez language, it's adorned with vivid illustrations that depict biblical events with striking detail. These visuals weren't just for decoration, they were a means of preserving stories for a largely oral society, ensuring that the messages were passed down intact through generations. Yet, despite its profound historical and cultural significance, the Ethiopian Bible has been largely sidelined by Western Christianity. Why? The reasons are both theological and political. As the Roman Empire adopted Christianity, it also took control of its narrative, shaping the canon through councils like Nicaea. Books that didn't align with the emerging orthodoxy were excluded, and over time, the King James Bible became the dominant text in much of the Christian world. This sidelining wasn't just a matter of religious preference, it was also a way of consolidating power and control. But the Ethiopian Bible stands as a stark reminder that other narratives exist. It challenges the idea of a single, unbroken Christian tradition and forces us to confront the possibility that much of what we accept as the story of Christianity is only a fragment of a far larger picture. Its survival is nothing short of miraculous. Through centuries of invasions, colonization, and religious suppression, the Ethiopian Bible has endured, protected by monks and priests who saw it as more than a book. It was a sacred link to divine truth. And in its survival, it offers us an opportunity to rediscover parts of history that were nearly erased. What makes the Ethiopian Bible even more mysterious is its connection to broader spiritual and cultural traditions. The Kebra Nagast, another Ethiopian text, tells an alternate version of the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon's story, suggesting Ethiopia as the home of the Ark of the Covenant. This isn't just legend. There's archaeological and genetic evidence that supports Ethiopia's ancient ties to Israel and early Christianity. So, what do we do with this knowledge? The Ethiopian Bible compels us to re-examine the foundations of faith, history, and human identity. It reveals not only the spiritual pursuits of an ancient people, but also their struggles, triumphs, and enduring quest for truth. This is more than an artifact. It's a challenge to everything we think we know. And the question remains, are we ready to confront the truths it holds? Ethiopia's historical and spiritual role in the development of Christianity is both profound and unique. While much of the world associates early Christianity with the Roman Empire and Europe, Ethiopia represents a different, yet equally significant, strand of Christian heritage. Its deep-rooted traditions trace back to the kingdom of Aksum in the 4th century AD, which became one of the very first nations to embrace Christianity as its state religion. This adoption predated the Roman Empire's official embrace of Christianity and set Ethiopia apart as a hub of early Christian activity. The story begins with King Ezana, who ruled over Aksum, a powerful kingdom with a strategic position that connected trade routes between Africa, Arabia, and the Mediterranean. The kingdom's embrace of Christianity was influenced by missionaries like Frumentius and Aedesius, two shipwrecked brothers from Tyre who became prominent figures in the royal court. Frumentius, in particular, played a pivotal role, serving as a tutor to King Ezana and later convincing him to convert to Christianity. Appointed as the first bishop of Aksum by Athanasius of Alexandria, Frumentius helped solidify Ethiopia's Christian identity, which endures to this day. Ethiopia's isolation from the theological disputes and political upheavals of Europe allowed its Christian traditions to develop independently. This independence is most evident in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which has preserved practices, texts, and interpretations of Christianity that remain distinct from other Christian denominations. It is in this context that the Ethiopian Bible emerged, a text that reflects centuries of spiritual and cultural evolution. Ethiopia's Christian legacy is also etched into its architecture, particularly in the churches of Lalibela. These monumental structures, carved directly into volcanic rock, are a testament to the nation's deep faith and artistic ingenuity. Built during the reign of King Lalibela in the 12th century, these churches were intended to create a new Jerusalem for Ethiopian Christians. According to legend, their construction was divinely guided, with angels assisting the workers to ensure their completion. The churches are not only architectural marvels, but also repositories of ancient texts, relics, and treasures, including some of the oldest known copies of the Ethiopian Bible. The Ethiopian Bible is more than just a religious artifact. It is a symbol of Ethiopia's spiritual sovereignty and resilience. For centuries, the nation has safeguarded this text through periods of invasion, colonization, and external influence. The Bible represents a connection to Ethiopia's ancient past, a past that has been fiercely preserved despite numerous attempts by external forces to assimilate or erase its unique identity. The significance of the Ethiopian Bible is further magnified when compared to the more widely known King James Bible. While the King James Bible has become the standard for many Christians worldwide, it is important to recognize that it is the product of a specific historical and cultural context. Commissioned in 1604 by King James I of England, this Bible was designed to unify the Church of England and solidify royal authority. As such, its canon was carefully curated, and numerous texts that did not align with its theological or political aims were excluded. In contrast, the Ethiopian Bible contains 88 books, far more than the 66 books found in the King James Version. These additional texts include the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, and other writings that were excluded from the Western canon. The Book of Enoch, for example, offers a detailed account of the fallen angels, their interactions with humanity, and their ultimate punishment. This narrative adds a layer of complexity to the understanding of sin, redemption, and divine justice. Its exclusion from the King James Bible raises questions about the theological and political motivations behind the formation of the Western canon. The Ethiopian Bible's contents reveal a more expansive view of early Christian theology. The inclusion of texts like the Book of Jubilees, which offers an alternate chronology of biblical events, and the Shepherd of Hermas, a text rich in allegory and moral instruction, suggests that early Christians in Ethiopia had access to a broader range of spiritual literature. These texts provide insights into the beliefs, practices, and challenges of the early Christian community, offering perspectives that have been largely absent from Western Christian discourse. The differences between the Ethiopian Bible and the King James Bible extend beyond their contents. The Ethiopian Bible is written in Ge'ez, an ancient Semitic language that serves as the liturgical language of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The use of Ge'ez underscores the Bible's deep connection to Ethiopia's cultural and spiritual heritage. In contrast, the King James Bible was written in English, a language chosen to make the text accessible to the English-speaking populace of the time. This linguistic shift reflects a broader trend in Western Christianity towards adapting the Bible to serve political and cultural agendas. The illustrations and artistic elements of the Ethiopian Bible further distinguish it from its Western counterparts. These intricate and colorful depictions of biblical scenes serve as both a visual aid and a means of preserving the stories for generations. In a society where oral tradition played a significant role, these illustrations ensured that the teachings of the Bible were accessible even to those who could not read. The artistry of the Ethiopian Bible is not merely decorative, it is an integral part of its spiritual message, reflecting the belief that beauty and faith are inseparable. The sidelining of the Ethiopian Bible in favor of the King James Version is not merely a matter of theological preference. It is also a reflection of historical power dynamics. As Western Christianity spread through colonization and missionary activity, it often sought to impose its interpretations and practices on other cultures. In the process, indigenous Christian traditions like those of Ethiopia were marginalized, their contributions to the global Christian heritage overlooked or dismissed. This exclusion has had profound implications for the understanding of Christianity. The Ethiopian Bible challenges the notion of a single, unbroken Christian tradition, revealing instead a tapestry of beliefs and practices that have evolved in diverse cultural contexts. By examining the Ethiopian Bible, we gain a more nuanced and inclusive view of Christian history, one that acknowledges the contributions of non-Western traditions and the rich diversity of early Christian thought. Christianity in Ethiopia has a unique and ancient origin, tracing its roots back to the Kingdom of Aksum in the 4th century AD. Unlike the gradual spread of Christianity in many parts of the world, its adoption in Ethiopia was both rapid and profound. King Ezana's conversion to Christianity marked a turning point, not just for the kingdom, but for the entire region. Aksum's early embrace of the faith established Ethiopia as one of the earliest Christian nations, a distinction it holds with pride to this day. What is remarkable about Christianity's rise in Ethiopia is its organic integration into the country's culture and governance. Unlike in the Roman Empire, where Christianity often had to contend with pagan traditions, Ethiopia saw a seamless fusion of faith and identity. The religion was not imposed by external forces, but adopted from within, thanks to figures like Frumentius, whose influence as a missionary and advisor to the king was instrumental. This internal acceptance allowed Christianity to flourish without the resistance or persecution seen elsewhere, giving it a firm and lasting foundation. The archaeological evidence of early Christian structures in Ethiopia speaks to the enthusiasm with which the faith was embraced. Remains of ancient churches and inscriptions in Ge'ez, the liturgical language of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, testify to the rapid integration of Christianity into daily life. These discoveries reveal a vibrant and active Christian community that not only practiced the faith, but also contributed to its theological and cultural development. This early adoption set Ethiopia apart, allowing it to preserve traditions that were lost or altered in other parts of the Christian world. One of the most striking aspects of the Ethiopian Bible is its sheer breadth. While the King James Bible contains 66 books, the Ethiopian Bible includes 88, offering a far more expansive view of early Christian theology and history. Among these additional texts are the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, and other writings that were excluded from the Western canon. Each of these texts provides unique insights into biblical events, figures, and teachings, adding depth and context to the stories familiar to many Christians. The Book of Enoch, for instance, is particularly fascinating. It delves into the story of the Watchers, angelic beings who descended to earth, interacted with humanity, and ultimately fell from grace. This narrative is not only rich in detail, but also deeply theological, exploring themes of divine justice, human sin, and redemption. Its exclusion from the Western canon raises questions about the criteria used to determine which texts were deemed authoritative and why. The Ethiopian Bible's inclusion of Enoch and other apocryphal works suggests a broader, more inclusive approach to Scripture, one that values the diversity of early Christian thought. Another unique feature of the Ethiopian Bible is its use of the Ge'ez language. As one of the oldest Semitic languages still in liturgical use, Ge'ez serves as a direct link to the ancient world. The language's complexity and depth allow for a nuanced expression of theological concepts, making the Ethiopian Bible not just a religious text, but also a linguistic and cultural treasure. The preservation of Ge'ez through the Ethiopian Orthodox Church highlights the importance of language in maintaining the integrity and authenticity of Scripture. The Ethiopian Bible is also notable for its illustrations. Unlike many Western Bibles, which often lack visual elements, the Ethiopian Bible is richly adorned with colorful depictions of biblical events and figures. These illustrations are more than just decorative. They serve as a means of storytelling, ensuring that the teachings of the Bible are accessible to all, regardless of literacy. In a largely oral society, these images played a crucial role in preserving and transmitting the faith, making the Ethiopian Bible a work of art as well as a spiritual guide. The cultural impact of the Ethiopian Bible extends far beyond the church. It has influenced Ethiopian art, music, and literature, shaping the country's identity in profound ways. Traditional Ethiopian art, characterized by its vivid colors and spiritual themes, often draws directly from the Bible's stories and teachings. Similarly, Ethiopian music, particularly the liturgical chants of the Orthodox Church, is deeply rooted in the Bible's language and messages. The Bible's influence is evident in every aspect of Ethiopian life, underscoring its centrality to the nation's cultural and spiritual heritage. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church's distinct liturgical practices further highlight the Bible's importance. Services are conducted in Ge'ez, accompanied by traditional chants and rituals that have remained unchanged for centuries. These practices reflect a deep respect for tradition and a commitment to preserving the faith as it was handed down. The Ethiopian Bible serves as the foundation for these practices, guiding worship and providing a framework for the Church's teachings. Despite its significance, the Ethiopian Bible has not been without controversy. Its theological and historical divergence from Western Christianity has often placed it at odds with the broader Christian world. Many of the texts included in the Ethiopian Bible were excluded from the Western canon due to theological disagreements and political considerations. This exclusion has led to debates about the nature of Scripture and the criteria used to define it. The Ethiopian Bible challenges these notions, offering a perspective that is both ancient and unique. The mystery surrounding the preservation and age of the Ethiopian Bible adds another layer of intrigue. Some copies are believed to be among the oldest surviving biblical manuscripts, predating many of the texts used to compile the King James Bible. The care taken to preserve these manuscripts, often in remote monasteries and churches, speaks to their importance and sacredness. These ancient scrolls are not just religious artifacts. They are historical treasures that offer a glimpse into the early days of Christianity. Trade and diplomacy have also played a role in the spread of Christianity to Ethiopia and the preservation of its unique traditions. Ethiopia's position as a crossroads of cultures allowed it to interact with other Christian communities, exchanging ideas and practices. These interactions enriched Ethiopian Christianity, incorporating elements from the broader Christian world while maintaining its distinct identity. The Ethiopian Bible stands as a testament to this cultural exchange, reflecting a faith that is both rooted in tradition and open to influence. In many ways, the Ethiopian Bible is a window into an alternate narrative of Christianity, one that has been overshadowed by the dominance of Western traditions. It challenges us to reconsider the history of the faith, to acknowledge the diversity of its early expressions, and to embrace a broader understanding of what it means to be Christian. Through its unique features, rich history, and enduring influence, the Ethiopian Bible offers not just a different perspective, but a deeper appreciation of the complexity and richness of the Christian tradition. Ethiopia's religious texts offer more than just spiritual guidance. They present alternative narratives and histories that challenge mainstream Christian stories. One of the most intriguing of these is the Kebra Nagast, a work that weaves Ethiopia's identity directly into the fabric of biblical history. This ancient text tells the story of the Queen of Sheba and her journey to meet King Solomon, a tale known to many. However, the Kebra Nagast goes further, claiming that the union between the Queen of Sheba and Solomon resulted in the birth of a son, Menelik I, who would become the first emperor of Ethiopia. According to the Kebra Nagast, Menelik I later traveled to Jerusalem and returned to Ethiopia with the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred chest said to house the Ten Commandments. This claim has made Ethiopia one of the few nations with a direct connection to one of the most revered relics in Judeo-Christian tradition. To this day, many Ethiopians believe the Ark resides in the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Aksum, guarded by a single priest who dedicates his life to its protection. Whether this claim is true remains a mystery, but it underscores the deep spiritual significance Ethiopia holds for its people and for the broader Christian tradition. The Kebra Nagast also reframes Ethiopia's role in biblical history, portraying it not as a peripheral nation, but as a central player in God's plan. This perspective is supported by archaeological and genetic evidence that points to ancient trade routes and interactions between Ethiopia and the Holy Land. DNA studies have revealed links between the people of Ethiopia and the ancient Israelites, further supporting the narrative that Ethiopia played a significant role in biblical history. These connections provide a fascinating backdrop for understanding the Ethiopian Bible, situating it within a broader cultural and spiritual context. The formation of the biblical canon was a complex process influenced by theological, political, and cultural factors. In the West, councils like those held in Nicaea and Carthage played a pivotal role in determining which texts would be included in the Bible and which would be excluded. These decisions were not purely theological. They were also shaped by the political needs of the Roman Empire, which sought to unify its population under a single set of religious doctrines. Texts that did not align with the emerging orthodoxy were often dismissed as heretical and excluded from the canon. In contrast, the Ethiopian Bible reflects a different approach to canon formation. Its inclusion of texts like the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, and the Shepherd of Hermas suggests a broader, more inclusive view of Scripture. These texts, while excluded from the Western canon, were considered authoritative by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and have been preserved in the Ethiopian Bible for centuries. This divergence highlights the diversity of early Christian thought and raises important questions about the criteria used to define Scripture. The influence of King James on the Western Bible cannot be overlooked. His commissioning of the King James Bible in 1604 was as much a political act as it was a religious one. The translation was intended to standardize Christian doctrine and solidify the authority of the Church of England, ensuring that religious texts aligned with the monarchy's goals. This process involved not only translation, but also the deliberate exclusion of certain texts, many of which remain part of the Ethiopian Bible. This selective approach to canon formation reflects the power dynamics of the time, illustrating how Scripture can be shaped by human agendas as much as by divine inspiration. The Ethiopian Bible stands apart in its visual and artistic elements. Unlike the more utilitarian design of many Western Bibles, the Ethiopian Bible is richly illustrated, with vibrant images that bring its stories to life. These illustrations are deeply symbolic, often incorporating traditional Ethiopian art styles that reflect the country's cultural heritage. They serve not only as a visual aid for understanding the text, but also as a form of worship, with their beauty and craftsmanship elevating the spiritual experience. The manuscripts themselves are works of art, painstakingly crafted by hand on parchment made from animal skin. The covers are often adorned with intricate designs and sometimes even embedded with precious stones, reflecting the sacredness of the contents. The illustrations inside depict biblical scenes with remarkable detail, from the creation to the resurrection, offering a visual narrative that complements the written word. These artistic elements make the Ethiopian Bible not only a religious text, but also a cultural artifact, preserving Ethiopia's artistic and spiritual traditions for future generations. The aesthetic of the Ethiopian Bible is not just decorative, it carries a deeper, almost mystical quality. The vibrant colors and intricate designs are said to reflect the divine inspiration behind the text, with each illustration serving as a form of prayer. The act of creating these illustrations was itself considered a holy endeavor, requiring the artist to enter a state of spiritual purity. This blend of art and faith underscores the Ethiopian Bible's unique place in Christian history, bridging the gap between the sacred and the beautiful. The implications of the Ethiopian Bible extend far beyond its artistic and theological significance. Its very existence challenges the mainstream Christian narrative, offering a perspective that is both older and broader than the Western tradition. The Ethiopian Bible invites us to reconsider the origins of Christianity, to question the assumptions that have shaped our understanding of the faith, and to explore the diversity of its early expressions. One of the most profound implications of the Ethiopian Bible is its potential to offer a more authentic view of early Christianity. By preserving texts that were excluded from the Western canon, the Ethiopian Bible provides insights into the beliefs, practices, and challenges of the early Christian community. These texts reveal a faith that was diverse, dynamic, and deeply connected to the cultural contexts in which it developed. The Ethiopian Bible also underscores the importance of preserving and respecting indigenous Christian traditions. In a world where Western Christianity has often been imposed on other cultures, the Ethiopian Bible stands as a testament to the richness and resilience of non-Western traditions. It reminds us that Christianity is not a monolithic faith, but a global tapestry of beliefs and practices, each with its own history and significance. Ultimately, the Ethiopian Bible offers an opportunity to expand our understanding of Christianity and to embrace its complexity and diversity. It challenges us to look beyond the familiar and to explore the richness of a tradition that is both ancient and enduring. By doing so, we gain not only a deeper appreciation of Ethiopia's unique contribution to Christian history, but also a greater understanding of the faith itself. The Ethiopian Bible is not just a relic of the past, it is a living testament to the enduring power of faith, culture, and tradition. The Ethiopian Bible serves as a profound reminder of the enduring complexity and diversity of the Christian faith. Its unique features, rich history, and spiritual depth highlight the vast differences between mainstream Christianity as it is commonly understood today and the more ancient, unaltered traditions preserved in Ethiopia. This text challenges us to revisit and reflect upon the narratives we have accepted, urging us to engage in a deeper exploration of the origins and development of Christianity. For many, the Ethiopian Bible is not just a historical artifact, but a gateway to understanding a version of Christianity that predates the theological and political reshaping of the faith in Europe. Its inclusion of additional books such as the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees opens doors to narratives and theological concepts that were deliberately excluded from the Western canon. These texts reveal a broader, more intricate story of humanity's relationship with the divine, offering perspectives on creation, sin, redemption, and prophecy that challenge the narrower scope of the King James Bible. What makes the Ethiopian Bible particularly compelling is the way it has preserved these ancient texts in their original context. The meticulous care with which the Ethiopian Orthodox Church has safeguarded its scriptures reflects a deep respect for the integrity of the faith. Unlike in the West, where political forces often shaped the canon to serve the interests of empires and monarchs, the Ethiopian Bible represents a tradition that has remained remarkably free from external manipulation. This authenticity invites us to question the processes that led to the formation of the Western canon and to consider the voices and perspectives that were silenced in the name of uniformity. The significance of the Ethiopian Bible extends beyond its theological implications. It is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the Ethiopian people who have maintained their spiritual and cultural identity in the face of invasions, colonization, and globalization. The Bible serves as a symbol of Ethiopia's sovereignty, a tangible connection to its ancient past, and a source of inspiration for its future. Its continued use in liturgical practices and its role in shaping Ethiopian art, music, and literature underscore its importance as a living document that continues to influence the lives of millions. Reflecting on the Ethiopian Bible also prompts broader questions about the nature of Scripture itself. What makes a text sacred? Who has the authority to define the boundaries of the canon? And how do these decisions shape our understanding of faith, history, and identity? The Ethiopian Bible challenges us to think critically about these issues, encouraging us to move beyond the limitations of tradition and to embrace a more inclusive and nuanced view of Christianity. As we consider the broader implications of the Ethiopian Bible, it becomes clear that its significance is not confined to Ethiopia alone. This text offers insights into the shared history of Christianity and humanity, revealing connections between cultures and traditions that transcend geographical and temporal boundaries. By studying the Ethiopian Bible, we gain a deeper understanding of the ways in which faith evolves, adapts, and endures over time. The Ethiopian Bible also serves as a reminder of the importance of preserving cultural heritage in all its forms. In a world where ancient traditions are increasingly at risk of being lost or forgotten, the Ethiopian Bible stands as a beacon of hope, demonstrating the value of safeguarding the past for the benefit of future generations. Its survival is a testament to the dedication and reverence of those who have preserved it, and its continued relevance is a testament to its timeless message. For those who encounter the Ethiopian Bible, the experience is often transformative. It invites us to look beyond the surface of our own beliefs and to explore the depths of a tradition that has remained steadfast in its commitment to preserving the fullness of the Christian faith. It challenges us to think critically, to question our assumptions, and to open our minds and hearts to new possibilities. The Ethiopian Bible also calls for dialogue and engagement. It reminds us that the story of Christianity is not a single narrative, but a mosaic of experiences, each contributing to the richness of the faith. By learning from traditions like those preserved in Ethiopia, we can foster a greater appreciation for the diversity of Christianity and a deeper understanding of its universal truths. As we conclude our journey into the world of the Ethiopian Bible, we are left with a sense of awe and wonder at its beauty, its history, and its enduring significance. This is not just a book. It is a legacy, a treasure, and a source of wisdom that has the power to transform our understanding of faith and humanity. It challenges us to see beyond the familiar, to embrace the unknown, and to engage with the richness of a tradition that has withstood the test of time. The invitation to explore the Ethiopian Bible is an invitation to embark on a journey of discovery, a journey that challenges us to question, to reflect, and to grow. It is an opportunity to engage with one of the oldest and most authentic expressions of Christianity, to learn from its insights and to be inspired by its message. For those who accept this invitation, the rewards are immeasurable. A deeper understanding of the faith, a richer appreciation of its history, and a renewed sense of connection to the divine. As we conclude, we encourage you to reflect on what you've learned and to continue exploring the profound mysteries and truths contained within the Ethiopian Bible. Share your thoughts, engage in discussion, and join the conversation about this incredible artifact and its significance for the world. The Ethiopian Bible is more than a relic of the past. It is a living testament to the enduring power of faith, a reminder of the beauty and complexity of human spirituality, and an invitation to uncover the truths that lie within.